Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled None of Your Concern. People will always have some sort of opinion about you. You can be doing everything right and they will find a way to criticize you. But the encouragement that I want to give you is that it is none of your concern. With people's criticisms, you have to put your blinders on. Now, I'm not saying that if you're like a person who is really crappy or something like that, you should change those ways. But if you know for a fact that you are doing everything that you can do and you're doing everything right in your power, and someone wants to criticize or judge you, that is none of your concern. With people's opinions about you is none of your concerns. The one thing about it is you always know that there's always that one person that wants to tell you what somebody else said about you. This person thinks this about you or anything like that. And one, you have to be careful of those people as well. Because why does that person feel so comfortable with having that conversation around them, especially if they're supposed to be your friend? That's one. But two, you have to realize that it's certain things, like people's going to always have an opinion about you, whether you like it or not. But the best thing that you can do is do what you have to do for your own life. You have to be in your own lane. Everyone is not going to understand. And so it is important that you are not so concerned with trying to have everybody jump on board with you, trying to have everybody realize what God has placed on the inside of you, or have people to basically come along on your journey. They will get it when they get it, if they're supposed to get it. But you can't be distracted with trying to have people be on your side. That's another thing. Everyone, your journey is your own. Point blank, period. Your journey is your own. Everybody isn't going to understand. A lot of people will say, hey, I got your back, or this, that, and the third. But a lot of times God will give you a vision that has not even been thought of. And you're the only one that'll be able to do it. So when that happens, just say you try to tell your friend, like, yeah, God just gave me this vision. I think that this is the way that I should be going in life, this, that, and the third. The problem with that is that they may not have gotten that vision. A lot of people don't get that vision. So what happens is they will try to tell you, oh, no, that's not a good idea. I don't think that that's something that you should do. They were never meant to understand it, because God gave it to you. The mind that He gave you, He knew that you could handle it and that you would actually see it into fruition. Everyone else's mind isn't like yours. So they may sit up there and they may try to criticize it. Oh, no, I don't think God gave her that, or laughing or anything like that. That is not your concern. Stay on the path that God has placed you on. I know it's going to be alone. You're going to be alone. Everybody's not going to understand you. But stay on the path that God has placed you on. Because basically that's how you're going to win. You're not going to win trying to do what everybody else is doing. You are unique for a reason. You are your own self for a reason. Because God has placed something on the inside of you, and only you can make that come to pass. But if you're constantly worried about what other people might say, think, or do, then you won't, basically, it won't come out the right way. Put it that way. And I'll give you an example from my own life. There are certain things that I knew that I needed to do. So basically, if you guys don't know, I used to make products before really doing the blog as much. I used to make pillows and all this other stuff. And it was about a year ago or so, I decided I wanted to focus more on the podcast, focus more on really trying to help people see themselves differently, like this aspect of Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless. The problem was everyone knew me for pillows or making products. And every time I said, hey, I don't think I really want to do that anymore, this, that, and the third, then the people were like, oh, no, but you're just so good at it, and this, that, and the third. And they didn't understand the vision that God had placed on me, like that this was something that I really needed to do. It was something really in my heart. And I let it all go. So I'm not telling you something that I haven't done myself, but I let it all go, and I couldn't have been happier. And now I do actually have people asking me like, oh, you still make pillows, or you still make t-shirts, this, that, and the third? And I'm like, no. Like, you know what I mean? And I have no desire to go back to it at this moment. But that is all because of God. When God places something on your heart, you have to do it. Don't worry about what anybody else says or anything, because there will be people like, why are you doing that? I don't really see the whole logic in that. But I will say that doing this podcast and everything, going on the path that God has placed me on, I couldn't be happier. Because basically when this quarantine thing happened, I would have been messed up if I actually was making products, because I know how I am. I know I would have like had all this product or this inventory and everything like that, and then you think about it, everything closed down. So a lot of times when God is telling you something, you need to do it. Every time you need to do it, but you know what I mean. Because God is giving you provisions. If I was sitting up there making products and everything, I would have been messed up. I would have had mad inventory, and then the whole world shut down, and I would have been messed up. But by the grace of God, I listened to God before that even happened, and He gave me, well, you guys support the podcast and everything, and then even in the quarantine time, I actually wrote a book. So at the end of the day, continue to go on the path of God. Don't be concerned what other people think of you or what they might say, because people is going to always have an opinion no matter what. But if you go on the path of God, you will succeed no matter what. So that is my encouragement for today. As always know that you are worthy, worth, and priceless. You have value, you have worth. No one can take that away from you, and don't let anyone take that away from you. You have joy inside of you. Discover it, hold on to it, and don't let no one take that away from you either. So until next time, have a great day, and I will see you in the next podcast.